Viewer, my name is Patricia Lokoma Mpango, and this is your lunchtime news. As we delve straight into the bulletin, President Yoweri Museveni presided over the signing of a memorandum of understanding between the government of Uganda and Sharjah Chamber of Commerce and Industry at Speak Resort Munyonyo. The memorandum was signed between the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities and Uganda Wildlife Authority and with Sharjah Chamber of Commerce and Industry. In the memorandum, Sharjah Chamber of Commerce has agreed to construct Kidepo International Airport near Kidepo National Park and construct tourist hotels within Kidepo National Park to boost the tourism sector and also boost the Ugandan economy.
You know, in the past, we worked more with North Africa, with Egypt, with Libya, with a little bit with Algeria, a little bit. We didn't work much with the Gulf. I think I went to the Gulf first time.
2016 or so.
Yes. I was taken by one of my friends, the minister from UAE, there's a minister from, I think, Abu Dhabi or something, the Gulf. So I'm very happy. This is just the beginning. Okay, shukran. Thank you so much.
Thank you again, Your Excellency, because this is, we start, all visibility study almost now 10 months. And we are now in real, because after the signing the MOU today, the contractor will start his work. And within short time, will be a good international airport in this region, and this is going to help the community in general.
Thanks.
First of all, I want to convey the regard from Highness Sheikh Dr. Sultan Al-Qasimi, ruler of Sharjah. Especially, he say, make salam, give salam to the president.
Salam.
Wa alaikum salam. And he's following the project, and we are doing quite good. Your Excellency, at the beginning, we finished the design, and also the building, runway. We chose the right land, and we are in the good progress now. Today we're going to show you the design of the international airport.
Okay.
Already there.
Okay.
If you're allowing us, we can.
Okay.
Yeah. And.
Now, the First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, Mrs. Janet Museveni, has lauded the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, for its continued support to the Ministry of Education's Nehemiah initiative, which is a schools greening project. Mrs. Museveni said this when welcoming the new UNDP resident representative for Uganda, Nwaneakolam Vuede Boha, who paid a courtesy call on her at a State House in Entebbe.
The Nehemiah Schools Greening Project, an initiative by the First Lady, was launched last year at the function in Teriet Kapchora district. Its main objective is to support live fencing of seed secondary schools whose land boundaries are not properly demarcated, exposing them to the risk of encroachment. It also aims at enhancing greening of school campuses, particularly through planting of green hedges around the schools and trees in the school compounds. The project will also help create environmental awareness and stewardship among students and other education sector holders, and promote the use of energy-efficient technologies in schools.
Uganda is green really most of the year, but it's a shame that our schools where our children are learning, who should be learning how to protect the environment, are the areas where we don't have that much greenery. We don't have trees, we don't have flowers. When I was growing up, we used to have a lot of flowers in school gardens. And when schools opened, we would have a week or so to do the gardening, to ensure the flowers are taken care of properly, and the schools would look beautiful again.
Both the Ministry of Education and UNDP will therefore be proud when the Greening Schools project is successful, because the schools will be transformed and look much better than they do right now. The First Lady thanked UNDP for the work done so far and called for more coordination with the Ministry of Education and other stakeholders, including the Ministry of Water and Environment and National Forest Authority, to ensure success of the project.
We need to write out what you have already done, and then we go to these areas, we introduce our project, we do some planting on that day, we talk to the teachers, to the parents who would be invited to the schools, and we make sure that everybody is part of this project.
The UNDP country representative, Nwani Wand, reported that UNDP has continued to implement the project and it approved the work plan.
We have continued to implement the project. We have approved $254,200 for the establishment of these 3 nurseries. And we also have set aside some money, $4,000, for monitoring to ensure that that the work that is agreed on is being done. So $245,413 has already been committed to establishing 3 nurseries in 28 schools. Wow. We're hoping that each 3 nursery will have a minimum of 20,000 seedlings. And we also want they will build the capacity of those schools to sustain the production of the seedlings.
She noted that service providers were procured to establish nucleus tree nursery beds in 15 schools. So far, nurseries of 25,000 seedlings each have been established in Bubulo Girls School, Mbale SS, Nabowa SS, Bukoli College Bujiri, and Nabumali College. Reporting for UBC, Pagma William.
Now, Minister Amos Lugolobi has made a clarion call to the government to minimize excessive debt and expenditure. He made this call while officiating the inauguration of the new board at the National Planning Authority, where he stressed that the authority should guide the country on expenditure.
I'm more than happy time to interrogate the budget to see what we have in that budget and what could be thrown out of that budget. You know, there's this temptation to think that a planner should not look at a budget. I don't know where it comes from. Budgeting is part of planning. You cannot separate budgeting from planning.
So we are going to be requiring each of you to lead and make mistakes. But you are going to be required to lead. Whoever we give you a topic, you must lead it. Then your contracts will be renewed according to your performance. I wish you all the best, Honourable Minister, as you're here.
We are being relied on to do the deep thinking and give direction. And I really want us, as we committed in the board meeting earlier today, that we work together. We work more deliberately and intentionally to really deliver on our mandate and see how, with our shared responsibilities, ensure that we do things differently.
Join me to cut this cake.
Now, State Minister for National Guidance, Godfrey Kabyanga, attributes the increasing cases of corruption to Uganda's lack of national ideology that fosters patriotism and compels citizens to value their country.
This proposal comes in the wake of numerous arrests of high-ranking government officials on corruption charges. Over the past 2 months, members of parliament, along with other officials, have been implicated in corruption cases. These incidents have shaken public trust in the country's leadership.
Corruption is an evil, a very big evil that we should all fight. But we can only fight corruption if we love our country. Because most of these people who are stealing money, they don't love this country, they love themselves. They are about enriching themselves at the expense of national development. They don't know that the money for a road they have stolen, that road it would have served a bigger community. First of all, to take their products to the market, to take people to health centers timely and in a short time. But if you eat that money, there is a pregnant mother who will die while being rushed to what? To hospital, because there are so many potholes in the what? In the road. So let us fight corruption, and we should use patriotism to fight corruption.
Philosophy professors Mugaga and Paul Adauku share minister's perspective. They believe Uganda's challenges with corruption stem from a lack of national unity.
Issues of corruption, not minding about each other, even on the roadside, if someone drives and bypasses others, all boil back to one thing. We don't have a national consciousness that when someone steals money meant for hospital, meant for sick people, he doesn't or she doesn't mind that there are other Ugandans who may need that amount of money or that resource.
So I said they are actually not. They have not been involved in the construction of this entity called Uganda. Why? Because in the first place, education itself, you go to school and you're not learning Ugandan languages, you are learning foreign languages. So right from the start, your thinking processes are foreign.
These remarks were made at a symposium organized by the ICT Ministry for Government Communicators held at office of the President. Philip Aguta for UBC News in Kampala.
Now, President Yoweri Museveni has fulfilled his pledge of 20 motorcycles to border associations in Nkumba Parish, Wakiso District. The motorcycles were delivered by the State House Comptroller, Jane Bareche, in a colorful ceremony held in Bendevere village in Nkumba.
The 20 new motorcycles were to the beneficiaries of the two associations, 10 motorcycles for Nkumba Bufulu NRM Mobilizers Border Association and 10 for Quarterguard NRM Mobilizers Border Association at a colorful ceremony held in Bendevere village, Nkumba Parish in Wakiso District. Bareche urged the beneficiaries to use the bikes to uplift their households and strengthen community bonds because the motorcycles are tools for prosperity.
It is a fulfillment of a presidential pledge to two groups, border groups. The mission of this donation is to help the youth fight poverty, how they can use these borders to get themselves out of poverty.
Major Emmanuel Kutesa hailed President Museveni's initiative, stating this support empowers youth against poverty. Local leader John Muhire praised President Museveni's empowerment that has transformed lives here, fostering unity and financial stability.
They can save, they can really even improve their household income. So I'm really thankful that His Excellency, the President of the Uganda. Thank you so much. Sema President Nkumba Ufuru NRM Mobilizers Association. They have really been struggling. One, lacking the city capital to move on, but at least now they have been empowered with 10 motorbikes, which is going to move for them a farm mileage, and even their income also going to be the same, raising.
Both association chairpersons expressed gratitude, promising to utilize the motorcycles to uplift families and communities.
We are so happy and we take thanks to him. Now, I emphasize those all people in Uganda. Be patient. President is ready to do for us, and he's there making Ugandans happy.
We've got these border borders from our president, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. So it's going to improve us from the poverty.
Bareche further pledged to support the women's groups in the area that are engaged in productive enterprises like poultry farming, zero grazing for milk, piggery and mushroom growing to boost their production that will in turn improve their household incomes. Brian Tumwenebiaruhanga, UBC News.
And over to Arua City, the Democratic Party has launched the countrywide registration for DP party members ahead of the National General Assembly. DP Secretary General Gerald Siranda presided over the launch in West Nile, where he emphasized dialogue over violence for the opposition parties.
And this is launching the official registration of our members. This time around, we want to be very particular to separate members from well-wishers, supporters, and maybe fans. This exercise is in line with our roadmap and in line with our strategic plan for the years 2021 to 2026.
Slowly, we are building and getting down to the grassroots. And your mom and my mother, for the first time, will have an opportunity to enter in the book register of DP. Few parties have this. What the NRM did, they registered everybody. We were in Karamoja and people were complaining. Even a DP councillor was registered. We want to win, but we have presented the best alternative. Who does not like peaceful transition? Who does not like national dialogue? For now, for you to see America, how many PSs do we have from this region? It's going to be a problem. The DP is saying we must renegotiate for this country project called Uganda. And I want you to write that the DP is into constructive engagement. The truthness that this party has had is what we are marketing. It's not about Norbert Mao. He may not be. It's not about Ramirega or me. But one time we believe that the seeds of DP will lead this country. We don't want to go to where Gambia has gone. We don't want to go to where Somalia has gone. But in 1996, when Semogerede had just worked with Museveni, we won this entire area. So we are not reinventing the wheel. We are saying that this time now, do we have capacity to go to war? We don't have it. Do we need war? We cannot handle it. What do? Brain power. Let's put it on the table.
Now, traditional healers in Uganda have strongly condemned the increasing number of human sacrifices in the country. They have issued a warning to anyone posing as a traditional healer who condones human sacrifice. Additionally, they are spending all internal raids targeting fellow healers allegedly conducted by unregistered groups. A large crowd gathered at Nangindwe Hill in Namutumba district. The members of the Uganda and its medicine group assembled there to express their gratitude to the spirits for their past guidance. The healers, led by their president of the association, first performed a ritual to honor the spirits, offering prayers towards the caves located on the majestic Nangindwe mountain.
Oyo mulimba akulimba nti okuba n'amayembe osooka kusaddaaka muntu oyo mulimba nambi amaanyi galina talina gwe yasaddaaka nze Ssaalongo wali abira Karimu amaanyi genina sina gwe nasaddaaka naye abawulira ebyamagero byenkola mubiraba nvumira ne sekuvumirira yenna ekitta abantu ekiri mu ggwanga abalimba abantu nti basaddaaka fwe bwe twajja ku lusozi kuno okusaba tuwone korona teri gwe twawaayo omuntu gwe twasala tuleese ente muzirabye njagala okulabula n'okusekulabula yenna nga mpagirwa mandeeti ya gavumenti gye yampa gavumenti yampa okuligesalinga abasawo n'okusunsula n'okulwanyisa ekisaddaaka bantu njagala okusinzana ku lusozi nti yenna anakwatirwa mu kikolwa nga toasa omuntu ng'agali bakyasaddaase tugenda musiba era tugenda muwaayo amateeka nga mulamuli mmwe temulimbwalimbwa nti bw'osala omuntu olina kyofuna.
It's time for us to take a short break. Do not go away. We return with more news. Stay with us.
Amanya gange nze Namutebi Sharon nga nkolera wano wennyini Saka Kirombe oba Makindye. Empangula gye nawanguddemu ssente mbadde nga nkozesa mobile money nga nsindika school fees w'omwana ku ssomero. Okutegeera nti mpangudde nze mutima neegambye nti kambalinde bamale okujja ndyoke nzikirize nti mpangudde. Kyenyinza okubagamba nti si byabafere weewaawo abafere gye bali naye ennamba eri emu yokka era bw'eba ekukubidde omanye eyo si yabafere. Mpulira bulungi nnyo 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 era ndi musanyufu nnyo. Naye MTN mobile money mbebaza nnyo mwebale nnyo mwebalire.
Together we're unstoppable. Hey, business people of Uganda! The Ugandan National Lottery is coming! It's the perfect opportunity to boost your business. Zimba your business by becoming an authorized Uganda National Lottery agent. By paying a security deposit of just 250,000 shillings, you will receive your very own Uganda National Lottery terminal, expert training from the pros themselves, and marketing materials to skyrocket your sales. And with a generous 5% commission on every ticket sold, the potential for earnings is limitless. Don't miss out. Act now and call us toll-free at 0800 33 44 33 to see if you qualify. Join us today and Zimba your business. Ituba Uganda is regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
Welcome back. Time for sports. In a bid to harness solidarity and celebrate the unity and resilience of refugees in Uganda, the refugee-led organization Network of Uganda RELON, in partnership with other refugee-led organizations, they've hosted and their host communities have orchestrated a remarkable football gala that epitomizes the unifying power of sports. Let's hear more in this report.
The Ugandan communities have welcomed refugees, they've given us the open doors, and now we are playing together, showing the spirit of solidarity, showing the spirit of care. So for me as a refugee, solidarity means being able to integrate freely in the communities, being able to enjoy the security, being able to have the right to work, being able to travel. And the freedom of movement has been very progressive in Uganda. However, we are finding difficulties as refugee leaders accessing platforms where decisions are made outside Uganda. For instance, many refugee leaders were prevented from attending the Global Refugee Forum in Geneva, we were denied visas, and this continues to happen. And so we want to use this in the spirit of solidarity to say that all the activities related to refugee discussions be done in countries where visas are not restricted. Because we believe that when you discuss something about us without us, it means actually you are discussing something against us.
We'll have different refugees coming from different communities, and one of the way that we are doing this is to bring everyone together, coming together for solidarity, so we can celebrate together, so we can come together for inclusion, we can share different experience.
You have a status of local NGOs, automatically refugee-led organizations will not be part of this global agenda. And we are calling for the government, the policymakers, to ensure that there is harmonization between these two acts, the Refugee Act 2006 and the NGO Act 2016, to harmonize these, to ensure that refugee rights as provided under the Refugee Act 2006 are really protected and respected by all.
Lastly, 10 coaches from Uganda and 4 other African countries have today started the Badminton World Federation Level 2 coaching course at Lugogo Indo Arena in Kampala. Let's hear more.
Ugandans Fatuma Nabirungi, Nambuyalis, Helen Luzika, Frank Murizi and Godfrey Chivumbi are 4 of the 10 coaches that are undergoing the Badminton World Federation Level 2 coaching course that started today at Lugogo Indo Arena in Kampala. The course will run for 8 days in collaboration with Uganda Badminton Association,
which is the second one after BWF Level 1 coaching course. And we have coaches from Uganda and of course coaches from outside. Every country, member association in Africa feeding online. Our target was 10, and of course, as you can see, already we have 10 here.
We go on with the work we started in Level 1. Now we have the annual session where various advanced components are included. For example, what the competition, the preparatory period, what type of work we do during the preparatory period, for how many months we do it. Then we move to the competition period. We have the pre-competition and competition period, and then we move to the transition period. So the annual period is divided into different components where we do different work, so include our physical conditioning, where we do that, when do we introduce new strokes. Apart the strokes they learn from the Level 1, now they have to do the Level 2 strokes included in the program. Means very advanced strokes that we use at international level. So it takes a lot of time, it demands a lot of energy. Now we develop also the energy and energy sources, aerobic and anaerobic. We give them what are the different ways we use to train the aerobic and anaerobic pathways for badminton.
The course is part of the Badminton Confederation of Africa's initiative to boost Africa's coaching capacity and grow the quality of the game in the different African countries.
Way back, we used to gamble with what to play. We used to play just to win, but actually we did not mind about the quality of the strokes we play. Yeah? So I believe this is going to be very resourceful to our young players.
It helped me first to improve my players, to achieve more tournaments internationally and locally.
Most of the things in the sport of badminton are changing, and the better equipped we are as a continent, the better the results we shall be gaining at the international stage.
The course takes a minimum of 10 people who are sieved out through a qualification process done by the Badminton World Federation. This course will go on until the 27th of June 2024 at the Lugogo Indo Arena. Grace Joyce Kemgisa, UBC News.
That's all we had time for. Thank you so much for allowing us into your lunchtime space. My name is Patricia Lukoma Mpango. Let's meet again at 8 and 10 o'clock. Good afternoon.